guys, well today we're starting a chapter on linear equations. So linear equation is just basically a line on a graph. Sometimes it has one variable, sometimes it has two. Don't let it scare you when it does have two. Today we're going to go over the basics of the linear equation. So what a variable is, it could be a letter that represents a number. Sometimes you can use an X, you can use a Y. Honestly, you can use any letter. You know, if you want to use a T, usually try to keep it from like two letters that are right next to each other, so T and S would work. I'm going to use X and Y just because it's the most standard one. So a linear equation usually looks like this. So you get this variable next to a number with an equal sign and another number. What you want to do is keep the X on its own. So you want to try to get this number on the other side, just so you can find the value of X, which is whatever these two numbers would equal when brought together. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this 3 over to the other side. How do you think we should do that? Does anyone know? Does anyone want to take a guess for some candy cash? Yeah? Correct. Alright, cool. So let me give you your candy cash before I forget. Okay, so like John said, you want to move the 3 over to the other side by subtracting it. So subtract the 3. Also make sure that in the homework you show all your work like you always do, because I want to make sure I know how you guys got from this step to the next step and so on. So 5 minus 3, 2 equals X. So X equals 2, and if you want to check your work, actually, I want you guys to do this. For at least 4 of the problems, I want you guys to go back and plug in the number, just so I know that you guys got it correctly and you understand how you got that number. So plug in the 2 back into the equation. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. And does it? It does. Alright, let's try another one. Alright, can anyone tell me what you see that's different from this problem and this problem? Sarah? Yep. So there's a 2 in front of it, right? But that doesn't mean that we can't find this, because it's completely possible. We just need to figure something out first, right? So what we want to do is get rid of this 5 and subtract it on this side first, because it's the easiest way. So you subtract this 5, 7 minus 5, x equals 2. Okay, and now you can divide it, right? Just because it'd be easier to divide it now than it would before. So you want to divide this 2, and you get x equals 1. Yay! Alright. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions up until this point? Are we all set? Oh, and Sarah, let me get you your candy cash. And remember, you guys, if everyone finishes their homework tonight and brings it in tomorrow and I check it and everything is set, then the candy cash store will be open tomorrow, so you guys want to make sure to finish all your homework. Okay. Alright, so this one is similar to the other one. Can anyone tell me what you do here? Thomas. Yep. This one you just divide the 3. But now you're saying, alright, Miss Valerie, you can't divide the 3 because it's not divisible. Well, you can leave it just like it is, you know, incomplete fraction. You don't have to change anything. So this is all I want to see. By the end of it, just show me the work you have, and x equals 7 over 3. to change things up just a little bit. Remember how I said that linear equations can have more than one variable? Well, here it is. Alright, so what do you do now? What you want to do now is plug in two numbers just so you can find the other letter. So say I wanted to plug in, say I say x equals 1, right? Then that way you can find y. You kind of isolate it, so the only thing you have to find in this problem is the y. So 2 times x, which in this case is 1, minus 5y equals 22. And then 2 minus 5y equals 22. Then subtract the 2. Because now from 2 minus 5y equals 22, you have a problem you can recognize, correct? It's just like the first problems we were doing. So now when you subtract the 2, let's bring this up here, you get negative 5y equals 20. And now you can divide it. And then y equals negative 4. Right? So now you can use these to graph, which we'll be doing later on, not in today's lesson. But so your points here would be 1 and negative 4. And if you want to check to make sure that it equals this, please actually, for the 2 variable problems, I want you to check these. So plug them back in. So 2 times 1 minus 5 times negative 4 equals 22. 2 times 1 is 2 minus 5. Negative 5 times negative 4 is 20 equals 22. So that's correct. 22 does equal 22. So just make sure you choose a variable and plug them back in. Alright you guys, I have one more problem for you guys today, and then we can do independent work, and then I'll go around and see if you guys need any help. So when you have 2x plus 8y equals 16, they'll usually give you x, so say it's x equals 1, and then just solve for y. So this way you can, later on, once you know how to do these, we'll plug them into a graph. And then you can see how linear equation equals a line. So 2 times 1 plus 8y equals 16. And make sure that on these problems you're going back and checking your work, just because that way you can see that you're actually getting the right answer. So 2 plus 8y equals 16. 8y is 14. Divide it, and can someone tell me what this could be simplified to? Y equals 14 over 8, so when you have two even numbers, you know you could always divide by 2. Can you divide it by anything bigger? Jade? Okay, so you're going to divide the 14 by 2 and the 8 by 2, what do you get? Perfect. Okay, so y equals 7 over 4. Does anyone have any questions on today's lesson? Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of problems and have you guys solve them on your own. It's independent work time. If you do need help, please don't talk. I'll come over and help you guys out. Just raise your hand. And let's see. Alright, I'm going to give you 3 for now. So I'll give you about 10 minutes and I'll go around the classroom and let me know if you have any questions or if you need any help.